start the recording. Okay, so again, come to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like to you. I'm so excited to see all of you people on. Thanks for getting on, and thanks for doing this for yourself. I think this is a really, wonderful way. To me, it's all about kind of mindfulness and checking in with yourself and where you are and how you're feeling and where your breath is flowing and where it needs to go and all of that stuff. So that's what we're kind of working on today. Again, as you're sitting here, just start to relax your hips down, your knees down, just, really grounding from that place. So just letting that go, releasing here. Good. And we're just adjusting, that we've had this whole day. Yoga in the morning is kind of nice because you wake up and you're just starting with it. But we've had this whole day. And the goal is going to be to let go of the day and just come into your body and again into your breath. So as you're sitting here, start to pay attention to your breath. There's no judgment on it or saying, I wish it was like this or like that. You're just noticing it as it comes in through the nose or the mouth, seeing where it flows to. Can you feel it through the throat? Are you able to feel it in the lungs? Is it expanding all in the belly? And then start to pay attention to your vertebrae, right? Paying attention to your back and seeing if you can stack the vertebrae on top of the one below it, one by one, lengthening up, right? So you're feeling this extension, lengthening up. A little string in the center of the crown of your head is pulling you up, right? You're not doing the work, but there's this length happening. And as all that length is happening, release your shoulders away from your ears. Yoga is all about finding that balance. So we're releasing the hips, we're relaxing, but there's a little bit of work happening as the bottoms of the ribs pull up off the hips, lengthening the back, gently pulling the belly in towards the back, just kind of paying attention to that, right? But then the shoulders release from the ears. We're still paying attention to our breath. This whole session is going to be about finding our breath, finding that flow. And maybe seeing now if you can allow the breath to increase a little bit and expand as you inhale, expanding the lungs, expanding the belly, and exhale, fully releasing. Like almost like you're like falling down a little bit because there's so much exhaling out. And maybe your eyes are closed now, or if that feels uncomfortable, you can always look down at the mat. And taking this moment to look inward, even though your eyes are closed, or maybe again looking at the mat, but you're just paying attention to yourself. Taking this time to notice how you're feeling. If there's any stuck places in the body that feel like, I need to breathe into that place, or I need to work that place, or just pay attention to it. Releasing any tension in your jaw, around your eyes. And seeing if there is an intention you want to set for this class. What comes up for you? Is it a word? Is it a phrase? Is it a feeling? Is it an image or a color? Whatever comes up for you at this time, breathe into that. Knowing that each person is on their own mat, you're doing your own thing, and even you're different than how you were last night, and you're different than how you are tomorrow. So just being aware of your present moment right now and how you're feeling, and we're gonna find that and pay attention to that throughout this whole session. On your next inhale, we're going to inhale the arms out to the side and up to the sky, and let's hang out here for a moment. Eyes closed or looking down, whatever works for you, but lengthening the sides. So we're increasing the expansion, fingertips up to the sky, releasing the hips down, releasing the shoulders down too, right? Even though the fingertips are up, you're releasing the shoulders down. Good. Finding grace in this movement as we exhale, press the arms away and down to the knees. Awesome. Let's do that one more time. But this time, inhale, swoop up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky. And just for a moment here, we're going to tip over to the left side, keeping the right hip and the right knee grounded. Release the shoulders. And in a fluid motion, inhale gently up to center, exhale, dipping over to our left side, grounding the right side, and grounding the left hip, finding length in both sides so you're not collapsing on that right side. Again, to each side, inhale up. Change the interlace, right? So like maybe your right finger is always kind of on top of the left, if that makes sense, or your thumbs, and like switch it all over one. That makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, and that's okay. That's what we're working on. All right, leaning over to the left side if you haven't gone there already. Try to ground that right knee, making sure the right knee isn't popping up. I'm going to try to turn my heart center up to the sky. So there's a little twist in that too. Woo, keep the breath going. Inhale up. Gently exhale over to the left, to the right side, sorry. And again, maybe twisting open here, the left knee grounds down. Maybe you're feeling a little tingle in the fingers, so we're gonna change that in just a moment. Inhale back up, release the arms at your sides, back onto the knees. Hang out here for a moment. You feel that expansion and that openness. Already feeling hot, huh? Cool. Change where your feet are. So whatever foot is in the front, bring that in the back. Yoga is about breaking patterns. So we get comfortable in certain ways, and let's break that open a little bit. We're going to just do some circles here, kind of releasing any tension you have had in the spine and the hips from maybe if you've been sitting around all day, right? Knee or hands on the knees. Inhale, the chest comes forward, and then exhale, we're going to go to our left and just swoop around. All the while you're finding your breath and finding however far you want to like lengthen over to one side, or if you need to stop when you're forward for a moment here, whatever works for you. We'll switch directions in a moment, but staying here, you can go fast. You're like, I need to work out the kinks really fast. Just move how you need to. Release shoulders, release your jaw. Next time you come forward, hang out there, bringing your hands in front of you, and any amount that you want to walk the hands forward. You're going to keep your sit bones grounded. Hands come forward. If you want to, you're super flexing, you can touch your nose to the ground, do it. If you can do that, but you don't want to, don't do it. Just feel into what your body needs right now. Find your inhale and a full exhale to lower you down any amount more. Awesome. The next inhale, you're coming back up. Gently walking your hands back towards your knees. And then we're going to switch directions and, taking your time, right? So inhale, the chest comes forward. Exhale, I'm going to my right this time. And I'm just kind of checking it. I'm like, I feel my knee calling out to me a little bit, because you get to be quiet and just focusing on how your body is feeling. Some popping in the hips. Think I need to drink more water. All right, one more rotation here. Once again, coming forward, and this time walking as far forward as you can. Just for a moment, release your head, and then tuck your chin and coming back up to center. And check in. See how you feel now compared to just a couple minutes ago when you were sitting, starting. Awesome. Knees gently coming up, and then extending the legs out in front of you and shaking the legs out for a moment here. Awesome. Coming to sitting. Pressing the feet away like you're standing. Oh, good. You can see my feet, hopefully. Anyway, like you're standing on a wall across from you, right? So that's engaging your thighs. That opens up the hamstrings and then opens up the whole way around the back. It opens the psoas. Gently, the belly is pulling in towards the back. Bottoms of the ribs up off the hips. Cool. Keeping this length and this strength. Take the right leg, the bottom of the foot in towards the inner thigh. The right knee goes down, which is basically like tree pose if you were standing. Anyway, this is kind of a prep for that. Maybe we'll try that. Okay, from here, arms out and up and lengthening again. Finding these themes of lengthening, but nourishing our body. I really hope that you feel like you're nourishing your body doing this. All right, we're gonna float down. Exhale, lowers the belly down, and then the chest, and then the chin over that left leg. Pressing down with the heel. Inhale, coming right back up. Maybe even looking up if you feel like doing a little back bend and flowing with your own rhythm. The exhale lowers you down. Inhale with strength through the leg. Inhale up. Good. Third time, you're going to release down over that left leg. All right. All the options include trying to walk your hands as far forward as you can. Maybe taking the right hand to the outside of that left leg so there's a little twist in there. Some people might want to even put that right hand down and bring the left arm up so there's like a little bit of a twist here. But again, it's nighttime, and maybe it's time to kind of release and relax a little bit. So whatever works for you. The exhale lowers you and the inhale strengthens. So you can kind of even walk up a little bit on the inhale, and the exhale floats you back down. Couple breaths here. On your next inhale, arms are by the ears and really strongly coming back up here, trying to keep your hands lengthened. Good. Still pressing that left foot away, right? Like you're standing on a wall across from you. Pick the right knee up, and we're going to twist towards that right knee, grabbing it with the left hand. That makes sense. Awesome. The right hand is back behind you to support the spine. And the really important thing here is that your chin should be parallel to the ground. That means you're not dipping down or looking up too much. And that means that your whole spine is nice and elongated. If it feels comfortable, you can look over your right shoulder. So this is an awesome pose because it helps to twist out toxins. All twists are so good for that. Yep, I see people adjusting. That's awesome. Untwirl if you need to, or untwist and then get right back into it. But really breathe into, your liver and your kidneys, particularly your lungs, your stomach, your intestines, that whole, all of that. Breathing into that, it's squeezing it out and just, letting it go. So find deep breaths here, both in and out. Holding the pose, but definitely not the breath. Checking in. How are your shoulders? Are they creeping up around the ears? Let them go. We're going to move here in just a moment. So find your last exhale. The inhale, right arm comes up by the ear, and then exhale, twisting back to center. For a moment here, we'll bring that right leg up. Any amount that you can lengthen it up with or without the hands. Good. Lowering it down. Walking down over the legs for a full forward stretch. Ooh, feeling that. Tuck the chin, roll back up. Taking a moment to be present. Awesome. Left leg comes in towards the right thigh. I'm pressing the right foot away. That's engaging the thigh, opening up the hamstring. Just checking in, making sure it feels good. Adjust. You can kind of roll that thigh back if it feels kind of wonky in the knee. Awesome. And then we're floating down. So the arms are up by the ears. That's helping us keep length. Belly is gently pulled in. The exhale lowers us down, pressing down through the heel when we get there, and even pressing through the hands. And inhale, that brings us right back up, looking up to the sky, wherever you're at. Exhale down. Inhaling back up. Going at your own pace. And that next time that you exhale, you're going to just release down over the leg. If you need to adjust, it's all about kind of lengthening. Forgot to remind you, the belly goes down first, and then the chest, and then the chin. And that's so that we don't just kind of collapse forward, right? Readjust if you need to, lower the shoulders away from the ears. Awesome. Anything that we're kind of bowing towards ourselves, we can really take this moment to just honor that we're doing this for ourselves, for our muscles and for our flexibility and for our mindset and for our cleanse. taking a moment to breathe here. Next inhale, the arms will come up by the ears when you're ready, and inhaling up. We're going to keep that length. Again, at your pace, we're going to press that left foot into the ground, twisting the hips first, then the ribs, and then the shoulders as we grab the left leg with the right arm. The left hand comes back behind us to support the spine. Shoulders release. Check in. How's that right foot? Did it fall over? Maybe it did. That's okay. Keep presence in the leg. In the twist, the chin parallel to the ground. And feeling that string in the center of the crown of the head, like we said at the beginning of class, lengthening you up. Kind of like tricking yourself to thinking that you're not, pulling yourself up, right? It's just that's happening. So breathing into that. And breathing into everything that you want to twist out of your system. Whether it's thoughts or habits or that donut you ate last week. Donuts are fine. Maybe you're not feeling like you want that anymore. So twisting that out. Or the craving of a donut. I was craving a donut the other day. So I'm going to twist that out. Awesome. Your next inhale, when you're ready, that left arm is going to come up and coming back to center. Awesome. The left leg comes up, stretching it away if you can without your hands, lowering it down. Just hanging out here, Dandasana for a moment, stick pose. See if you feel like you can be at perfect 90-degree angle. All right. Swooping around to hands and knees. We're already there. So the next place that we are in, I'm going to go sideways here so you can see. Again, if you're new, you're just checking in with your posture. So your knees are right underneath your hips, and your knees are as far apart as your hips, and your hands are right underneath your shoulders and as wide as your shoulders. All right, belly's pulled into the spine into the belly. This is where we do some cat and cow. So the inhale, the back goes up to the sky and tucks the chin. And then the exhale drops it down, the belly down. Try to touch your head to your tailbone. Keep that motion going. Inhale up just a couple more times. Exhale down. And again. And really think about like your back and your vertebrae and see if there's a place that when you stretch up, for example, you're like, I don't feel that stretch in there. And then next time you get there, see if you can bring presence into that place and really stretch through that one. That's the one that's a little tight. There's like, too much tension around. I saw somebody shake their head down. That's awesome. Let's do that. Just shake their head. Love it. And a couple more times. Nice. Coming back to flat back here. Cool. A little bit of an ab workout before we move into our, there's sun salutations, but maybe it should be moon because it's at night, but there'll still be sun salutations. Okay. Right knee in towards the chin. And then exhale, we're going to send that right leg back behind us. Cool. Just doing that 2 more times. Inhale it in. Exhale, send it back. Nice. Once more. And then holding it here. So if this feels too much for you, you can lower the toes down. That's okay. If you want to increase it, you can bring the left arm up and extend it out. And just be here. Find the balance. Maybe there's a little bit of wavering, which is awesome because those are your teeny tiny little muscles just calling out to you, working on your balance. And I hope, as always, if you fall out of this, that it's graceful, that you laugh about it and just try to get back up and that you don't get hurt. Extend the foot out away from the fingertips and then lower the hand down, lower the knee down. Cat and cow for the transition. So that means the back up to the side, tucking, and exhale, lower the belly down. Coming back to flat back. Let's do it on the other side. All right. Inhale the left knee in towards the chin and exhale, send it back. You're really sending the heel back. So you're kind of flexing the foot. You feel that? And once again, inhale, tuck it in. We're getting some spine opening still. Extend that back. And then this third time. This time, before we bring that right arm up, just check in with your position, that your right toes are down. You're feeling your right pinky toe down. The left heel is trying to touch the wall behind you. Belly is gently pulled into the back so that you feel like there's kind of a flat back here. Breathing as you bring the right arm up. The best for your neck is to look between your hands. That makes it most comfortable for your neck. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle as much as you need to try to hold this balance. Nice. All right. Gently lower the right hand, the left knee. Inhale the back up to the sky. Sweet. And for a moment, we're going to rock back into child's pose. So we rest a little bit before we go into Shavasana, or into, not Shavasana yet, into sun salutation. So what that looks like is the hips go back towards the thigh, or towards the heels. And then the head comes down towards the ground. So if your head doesn't touch the ground, that's okay. Stack your hands in some way, because it's about a full relaxation here. So follow my words and not what I'm doing. Awesome. So this is a moment to kind of check back in with your intention that you set for class, or just that, word or phrase or sound or whatever it was that came up for you. Head back to that. Feel into that as you give yourself this moment of pause, of breath. Just this awareness of knowing that you always have this moment, right? You always have your breath to go back to in between hard things, or maybe easy things to hard things, or, whatever. Just knowing that you can take this moment, even if it's just like a deep inhale, a deep exhale, taking that time to nurture yourself before you go and do those hard things. Just for a moment, see if you can let go as much as possible before we head into our standing and a little bit rigorous before we head back down. It's already 8:26. Okay, we can do this. All right, so we are going to meet in down dog. So again, if you're new to yoga, what that looks like is you are on your hands and your feet. So your hands are under your shoulders, like you can start by going into the cat and cow or the tabletop position, and then your feet are down, and you're going to aim your heels towards the ground. They don't have to touch, and your thighs are aiming towards the wall behind you. Just like we were doing before, you're going to just hang your head down, just let it go, just release it. Trust that your neck is going to hold on to your head. I love saying that because I hope that makes you laugh a little bit. Because I don't know about you, but I hold so much tension in my neck and my shoulders. So just letting it go here. You can walk the dog, which means bending one knee and stretching the other, like kind of walking here, aiming the heels towards the ground, working out your toes. You can even go on top of your toes. You're spreading your fingers really wide so that the base of your hands, you're distributing the weight as well as you can through that bigger size, right? Awesome. And then pushing back into full down dog. Release your head, your heels. Then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands, or if you want, you can leap them or jump them, the feet towards the hands. Release here and forward fold. And then slowly, slowly bring your hands along your legs, coming up to standing. Here you are in mountain pose. Swoop the arms out to the side, up to the sky, hands to heart center. Close your eyes if you wish. Feeling that transition from all the downwardness to the standing. Release your shoulders. Release your hips. But pressing your toes and heels into the ground, but then pulling up through your arches. Just check in here. Looking good. All right, release your hands at your sides. Good. We're going to start with some standing poses, and then we're going to move into our sun salutation. So the feet are up in the front of the mat. We're going to bring the right leg back into a lunge. So the left knee is right over the ankle and you're on your right toes. Cool, I love it. So you're up in a high lunge here. I'm gonna do a twist. So this is a big one. So we're gonna hang out here and stay here. This is big enough. If you want, warrior one is going on your foot, like the whole flat foot, and then you're trying to aim your hips forward, okay? There's a lot going on. So you can stay on your toes if you need to, okay? You can always shift out of it if you're like, whoo, I'm just feeling my thighs, call me, okay? So let's hang out here for a moment. If you can, rotate the shoulders out in the sockets and bring them up, release the shoulders away, whatever lunge or warrior one, and just feel that intensity of like pulling the energy up from the earth through your feet, that strength of your feet, of your legs, extending out through heart center. What is it that you're aiming for? Think of a goal, give it energy. Awesome. We're going to just straighten that front leg, release the hands down for a moment here. All right, now we're going to go into the twist. Okay, ready? Okay, so bend that left knee again over the ankle, not past it. So it should be right over the ankle. Good, good. And then arms twist out and up. Again, you can be on your toe or flat foot, wherever, you know, however much you want to work your hip is really where that's at. And then we're going to try a twist. So that's taking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. See if you can do that. Maybe the hands come together in like, you know, like prayer position. Whew, I know it's hard. Don't worry if it's hard. If you can do that, awesome. You can even look towards your left shoulder. That might make you fall over, so be careful. And find the peace in the moment, if even just for a moment. And then we're going to meet in down dog. So you can go ahead into it now or stay in the pose one more moment. If you're ready, the hands go down around the left foot back to meet the right. Woo, how you feeling? Okay, let's do 3 breaths here. So if you want, that was really intense for you, you can go into child's pose. Or if you're like, no, I'm keeping this energy up, then you can stay in down dog. 3 breaths. Awesome. Feet walk or jump towards the hands. If you were in child's pose, then you're slowly moving up here to forward fold. And I do love to glide the hands up along the legs, just feeling the contours as we come into standing. Once again, exhale or inhale the arms out and up, hands to heart center, pressing the hands together, taking a moment to just feel all that energy. One side might feel stronger than the other or more flexible than the other. So as is yoga, it's time to balance. Both feet in front. This time, what is it? The left leg goes back. Yeah. All right, so here we are in a lunge. We're just kind of hanging out here, right? Checking in with your posture. You know, you're tucking the tailbone just a little bit. We have this tendency to like flop forward. So just feeling that length in the spine, bottoms of the ribs up off the hips, tucking a little bit here. Awesome. The right knee right over the ankle. You wonder why I'm looking up to the side. I don't know if you're noticing, but my computer is there with all of your pictures. Anyway, because I can't see it all on my phone and that's how I'm recording. Okay, doesn't matter. Anyway, that's why I'm looking to the side. Okay, if you want, you can be flat foot. So warrior one fully, the arms are out to the side and up. And once again, just pulling that energy from the ground, knowing that your legs can hold you, that you are strong. Strong is beautiful, breathing into it. And if you have to move and shift out of it, that's okay. Just knowing that you got this, heart center extending out towards a goal. What is that goal? Release shoulder tension, jaw tension, eye tension. Extend heart center out. Straighten the leg, release the arms for a moment. Nice. And once again, we're going to do it again and try the twist. Might feel different on this side. You know, you might be like, whoo, this one I'm going to fall over. You can always use a wall or something next to you too, or just, you know, go for it and move out of it gracefully if you need to. So once again, the right knee bends over the ankle. Good. The arms are going to come up by the ears. And I'm going to take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Ooh, there's so much in this one. I know. I just went for it. And the hands try to come together. Good. I love seeing everybody try. That's what it is, right? Release tension wherever you don't need to hold it. Yes. And then once again, meeting in down dog, 3 or 4 breaths, or child's pose. So head there. Whenever you're ready, hands around that right foot back to meet the left, child's pose if you wish, whatever your body needs. And taking the time to recognize that and just like honoring that. I know for me, there was many years probably in yoga that I was like, I will not go into child's pose. This is about being strong and I can do whatever. And, you know, it's strong to recognize that you need child's pose. It's strong to recognize that you need that exhale and that breath in between, right? Because sometimes that rest and relaxation can make you stronger afterwards, right? So if you feel like you're like pushing, and you're like, I don't need that rest, maybe you do, you know, maybe you don't. Listening to your body. That's where we're at. All right. Let's meet in down dog. Do some movement with the sun salutations, and then we'll head back down to the ground. So if you're not there yet, head into down dog, release the head down, shake it yes and no. I just did that with a necklace on, by the way. It was just bonking me in the head the whole time. Not recommended, but you know what? At least my head is relaxed. All right, walk the feet towards the hands. Forward fold here. Inhale, we're gonna quicken the pace, swoop out and up. Hands to heart center. And this is where we keep on moving. Inhale the arms right back up to the sky, giving thanks for this whole day that you had. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale halfway up. That helps to keep the back nice and long. And then exhale, fold forward again. Awesome. Hands to the ground. Feet are going to walk or jump back. This time we're going to be in plank, which is shoulders right above the wrists. Got that? Awesome. And then we're going to try to lower to the ground. You can go onto your knees or just lower with your arms the whole way down to the ground. And then a little back bend first on the hands, on the ribs. Cool, that's cobra. If you want to go further, you press the hands into the ground, but the shoulders stay dropped down, okay? Heart center forward. Once again, what are you extending out towards? What are your goals? What are you aiming for? Just close your eyes and think about that just for a moment. Awesome, back to down dog. Toes down, hips up and back. Feet walk or jump towards the hand, forward fold. And this time, swoop out and up. Inhale, hands to heart center. Inhale again, up, diving forward, exhale. Inhale halfway, and back down. Moving into plank from here, hands down, feet walk or jump back into plank. As strong as you can, lowering, keeping the elbows in towards the ribs. Lower, lower. Awesome. And then cobra first. Or you can go further. Full upward dog is on your feet, on the tops of your feet. Your thighs are up off the ground. That's the full pose, whatever. Shoulders away, extend heart center forward. This time, who do you want to send love to? Send that out. Extend it even from like your back out through the heart. Send it out, and take it back in towards yourself as you move back into down dog. Feet walk or jump. One more time to the hands, forward fold. Inhale, swoop the arms out and up. Hands to heart center. And just taking a moment here. Feeling centered, grounded, feeling all that movement, and then coming to stillness. Let's do it. Let's do a tree pose, and then we'll head down. So release the hands down. This is a balance pose. You're on one foot. So this is a great place to go near a wall if you feel like you need that. Remember, never feel badly like, oh, I need a wall right now. It's totally cool, right? So left leg stays where it is. I like to move that right leg open and kind of move it around. That tells my left foot, hey, I'm going to be moving and shifting, and you gotta hold me, left foot. Okay. And then twist the right knee out to the right. You can keep the toes on the ground or below the knee or above the knee, but do not place it on the knee. Why? Because if you slide and push it one way, that could really hurt a joint that nobody wants to hurt. Nobody does. Okay, so here you are. Stay here, arms extended up, out. You can be like branches moving, whatever works for you. For some people, it works to look at a spot on the wall that isn't moving. Awesome. Finding your breath in this balance. I love thinking about, or I love looking at trees in the winter, at least where I live in North Carolina. All the leaves are off the trees, and it reveals all these like hidden treasures, all these nests. I don't know if you've noticed them ever, but you see, the crazy big squirrel nests and the little birds' nests. So I think about that in this moment, in the season that we're in, again, at least where I am in North Carolina, that place of, kind of coming inward because it's cold, but then revealing some secrets. So what are those pieces of you that you're starting to reveal because you have the time to go inward? Hands to heart center, release that right foot down. How easy is it to be on both feet? Release hands. We're moving into the other side. Take it at your own pace. Again, right foot down if you want to move with me. I like to move that left leg out and around, and I can tell my toes are adjusting. Like, I got this. I can do this. All right. I will catch you if you feel like you're going to fall. And then open up that left knee. Toes to the ground or on the calf. Maybe it's different on this side. Maybe it's the same. Whatever works for you. Feeling the strength in that right leg. You almost don't have to think about anything else as long as that your foundation, that right leg is strong. And do what you want with your hands. Maybe it's different this time. Taking a moment of stillness to go inward, revealing those things that you need to look at, that need to be revealed. And you have that moment to be still. Close your eyes and be inward. And we're going to gently move out of this pose, both feet down for a moment, bowing to yourself for a moment here, honoring you. Inhale the arms up. Dive forward, exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, lengthen through the head, back down. And moving through downward dog just to get to child's pose. And following my words and not what I'm doing, because it's hard to talk to you if my head is down in the mat for child's pose. So we're going to take a couple breaths here in child's pose. And then we're going to get onto our backs in a moment and start to really rest and restore. And once again, nurture ourselves in a way of calming and releasing. So take another breath or two in this transition pose. in acrobatic yoga, we would just have you do like a somersault and land on your back. You can do that if you want. I actually had a dream I did that the other day. That's why it came up. But anyway, if you're not there, then just come up to sitting for a moment. And then from here, we're just going to swoop around and go onto our backs. And as you do that, one option is to slowly, slowly roll onto your back, bringing your knees with you onto your belly. Cool. And then using that to rock forward and back this time. So like head to tailbone kind of. So really slowly kind of rocking here just for a moment. And then bringing the knees onto your chest. And then holding onto your knees and allowing them to rock gently side to side. Dropping your knees over to your right side for a moment. Again, following my words and not my actions. So dropping the knees over onto the right side and resting. This is a moment that you're starting to really let go. There's no movement that's happening. There's nothing you have to do but feel comfortable here. If you want, you can look over your left shoulder. That's extending the twist. And again, twists are all about squeezing out toxins. So taking this moment to even just think about it, envision it, whatever it is that you're squeezing out, especially those of you doing the 30-day cleanse or a week or 2 weeks into it, depending on where you are, about 10 days or something. So whatever it is that you're scrubbing out, right? It's all about scrubbing out those gutters. So with this twist, you're scrubbing it out. And the breath is helping it. So find deep inhales, filling the belly, filling the lungs. And the exhale pushes it all out. And I know you're probably comfortable, but I'm going to make you move to the other side, but don't do it quickly. Do it really slowly with intention, pressing the back into the ground. Your knees will come up onto your chest as you inhale. And then exhale, gently lowering them to the other side. And starting to feel comfortable again, starting to have that moment of restoration. Taking care of yourself. Feeling your breath go any amount deeper into the belly. And, not thinking about anything. Just like all of our organs, work without us thinking about it, right? Even we can breathe without thinking about it, right? I mean, we do all the time. Our heart's moving and our lungs are doing all the things it needs to do. So just in that same vein, just like knowing that everything is okay, everything is moving, everything is working, and with a little bit of awareness and consciousness to the breath, filling the space, you're helping it along just a little bit more efficiently. And we're going to head into Shavasana now. So what that could look like is, once again, slowly with an inhale, bringing the knees back onto the chest, giving them a squeeze. And I do love to send the legs straight up to the sky, like you're standing on the ceiling for a moment. However this needs to happen with your back to feel comfortable, yeah, do whatever other thing you need to do. See some wiggling of the feet or spreading the legs or moving them around, whatever works. Yeah, we need to do more ankle circles. I'll do that the next time. Okay. And then press the feet away, lowering them as slowly as you can down to the ground if that feels comfortable to your back. And then there you are in taking your time to get there in your final pose, Shavasana. It's called corpse pose. That's what Shavasana means. Final resting pose. But in that sense of corpse, you're not doing anything. Except I'm putting my socks on. So you're going to be resting for a couple minutes here. So if you're starting to feel a little chilly at all, this is a good time for a blanket. Or for those of you that want to go to bed straight away, you can. Thank you. If you have to go, do a moment of Shavasana first. 2-3 minutes are best. Or again, go into your bed and lay down. But if you are still here, then taking this moment to just let go. There's nothing to think, there's nothing to do. This is the integration time of all that you put together, not just in your yoga practice, this last, 45 minutes or whatever, but the whole day. Just think about that, this whole day. And if you're laying totally flat on the ground, this is this lovely moment where your spine just is all in alignment, and it's just resting. If we lay on couches or beds or whatever, it's all fluffy and we have pillows and stuff, but this is just this like centered moment. Everything just balances out and we get to lay flat on our ground in Shavasana. Sending any thoughts out the closest window or door, and just coming to silence and peace. I hope that in this moment you're feeling held simply by the ground underneath you, feeling grateful for the space that you're in, feeling grateful for the space that you occupy, whether that means your body, the work that you do in this world, your roles that you play. Returning your awareness to your breath, just feeling grateful. You just get to keep on breathing, and that you have the choice and the power to deepen it if you need to. Making your exhales really long, longer than your inhales, helps you to relax. Taking in deeper inhales or kind of quickening the inhales helps you to bring up the energy. So if this is the end of the day for you, feel free to have really long exhales. See if you can push it out a moment more than your inhale. And gently bringing your arms up along your head. You should still be on the ground here if you want to. you're not, right on. Stretching the arms away from your ears and the feet away from your hips and the fingertips away from your feet. You're just getting really long here. Awesome. Inhale, big, big, big. And on the exhale, bring your knees towards your chest and in towards your chest and wrap your arms around your knees. And then once again, allow yourself to rock gently side to side. Working out any kinks, maybe even circles with the knees. Awesome. And then let's find a graceful way to swoop back up, taking your time to your final seated position. And taking this moment to inhale the arms out to the side and up to the sky. Hands coming down to heart center. Bowing to your hands, bowing to your heart, to yourself. And just taking this moment to thank yourself, being grateful for taking the time out to nourish yourself during this yoga practice. And feeling grateful for all the things that you do every day and all the moments and all the choices that you have to help yourself feel healthier and that you are growing gracefully. Returning to your intention, whatever it was, if it still is that, just give it some final last energy here. And may that carry with you throughout this evening, maybe even into tomorrow. And thank you all for allowing me to guide you through this session today. Namaste.
Thank you.